This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's the world's most underwhelming Formula One podcast. You don't have to take our word for that. They've tested this podcast on a room full of the most boring people on the planet, the Dutch. 95% of the control group, of the Dutch control group, said they were bored to death and felt like self-harming after listening to this podcast. Effing One Podcast for just 15 minutes. That's how they... But that's actually better than I expected.
They have a notorious small attention span.
Correct. And notoriously cruel people. We could have taken the news badly. It would have been easy for us to have been dejected and given up. But this little podcast for the Aussie battler is for the little bloke, the punter that's had more knocks than hot meals. If we were going to be deterred by a bad survey result or our average 35 downloads per episode, we would have given up 3 bloody years ago. No, this is the Formula One podcast for the little guy that doesn't mind their F1 a little bit blue, a little bit obnoxious, somewhat unsavoury, completely unpalatable. So, loosen up your trousers, strap yourself in, and shut the hell up! Because 2 slightly overweight middle-aged Aussie blokes are talking Formula One. G'day, Luke.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, mate.
That's a big build-up. You're right.
I'm okay.
That's a good one.
I'm okay. Oh, I've just been so excited to get out of the house.
You got me early.
I did. See, I haven't got kids, so I'm really excited.
Did you get rid of them?
Well,
How much did you get for them?
I wish. What do you reckon they're worth?
Ooh.
What can you sell a kid for on the black market? How much do the Chinese pay for it?
Oh, you could sell some girls to Chinese. They don't have many over there.
No, they like them.
I can't put a price on them, really.
No. Can't put a price on memories.
Turns out you can.
A big podcast today, Luke. Huge for the Grand Primo de Portugal at the Portimao circuit. Huge podcast today. Mate, we've got some big people, big names on the podcast. You'll never guess. No, you will.
Should I?
Yeah. Go on, have a guess. Who do you think's on the podcast?
Robert Kubica.
Correct.
Kimi Raikkonen.
Yep.
Sebastian Vettel.
No, Kimi.
No Kimi this week. He's pulled the pin.
No, he does the post. He does the rap.
Oh, okay.
He refuses to be on the pre. This is a pre.
He's too busy getting in the mental zone of racing.
Fighting.
I can understand that. I don't want to bother him when he's preparing for a race.
Preparing for battle.
With
Just punching people in the face.
With Haas.
Punching Haas people in the face.
Who
Who else on the podcast, Luke?
Toto Wolff.
Yes. Yep.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Great news, Luke. Oh, this is tantalising stuff. If those names weren't big enough, former world champions.
Future world champions.
Future world champions in Dan Ricciardo. We've got the man, Dan, is going to be right here on the pod. He's on hold.
The Daniel.
He's on hold, on the phone. Going to speak to him very shortly, Luke. Very bloody excited.
And just want to say a quick hello to our 6% of listeners from Holland.
I think it's 5. I think you'll find it's 5.
5 now, thanks to your intro.
Sorry about that, Holland. No offence, but you are bloody boring. As is tradition here at F1 Podcast, Luke, we must dress in the native outfits of the host country out of respect.
I don't think I've seen many Portuguese people wear this before.
You'll find it's warm and it's tasty. That's a hint. We like to respect the cultures, the traditions of the host race.
Is this edible?
This is edible. It's edible. Oh, my friend. We're going to enjoy this. Being Portugal, we are dressed as Portugal's greatest export. I mean, when you think of Portugal, nothing really jumps to mind. I mean...
I think of that big wave in Algarve. That's about it.
What was that? The big wave?
Yeah, surf wave.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a massive one there.
Oh, right. I know that they conquered great swathes of the planet. They were
Raped, pillaged,
maritime
conquered.
people. They were East Timor, Indonesia. They were in parts of Africa and South America,
Yeah,
Brazil.
Gave them all new kinds of diseases they'd never had before.
Yeah. I mean, Brazil, you wouldn't really put on your resume, though, would you? I mean, that's one you'd probably skip. Hello, Portugal here. Just check out my resume. You've got under resume, you've got Brazil.
Huh.
Yeah.
I want to make that.
Sorry about that.
Take that off.
East Timor? That's better.
Yeah.
Less COVID.
Yes.
Less COVID-y there. Oh, yes, we are wearing... Sorry, the point is we are dressed as the traditional outfit of Portugal. Right now, Luke, we're sitting on your beautiful sofa dressed in a Portuguese tart.
Now, this Portuguese tart was made by Pete's mum.
Yes.
Thanks, Pete's mum.
Yes.
Judy.
Judy. Oh, we love Jude.
She stepped up for the costumes because Pete's unavailable this week once again. So Pete's mum stepped in and made these wonderful costumes. Thank you, Pete's mum.
Beautiful. I mean, the centre's still warm. It's been freshly baked. The custard.
I just made it warmer.
I love the way it feels against my bits and bobs. So
I'm wearing underwear,
comfortable.
but you're not.
No, I'm not. I refuse.
Yeah.
I want to go Toto on it. I want to get it really close.
Don't want tart under my foreskin.
No. It's because
Digging that shit out.
you're not sure if it's tart or if
Or-
it's just
Cheese.
cheese.
Dick cheese.
Thick cheese.
Welcome to our podcast, people.
But the pastry's nice. It's crispy. And I love it. It says you and me.
You just break bits
in
off
it.
as we go.
If we get peckish.
If you hear us chewing, that's the reason why.
Actually, there's parts of your tart that look quite delicious. I might have a little
You
nibble later.
have to keep to your tart, mate.
All right.
This is my tart. Hands off my tart.
You got it. So that's what we're wearing. That's what we do at FE1 Podcast. We like to dress up. Why not? And why not dress as a Portuguese tart? It makes
Yours look
sense.
a little bit overcooked.
Mine did get a bit burnt.
Blackfacing for a podcast, for fuck's sake.
I don't know why I'm black-faced. It just seemed right.
It's like every second week you're like, huh?
But the Portuguese did colonize a lot of black countries, Luke.
They did.
And they took their Portuguese tarts to those countries. So I'm dressed as
You're
an
all-
East Timorese Portuguese tart. Slightly spicier than the normal Portuguese variety. Luke, huge show. We should probably kick it off with our very good mate, our good old buddy in the paddock,
Oh, hand in the paddock. Robert Kubica.
Robert Kubica.
We've got an intro for that, don't we?
We got an intro. It's Formula One's. He's Formula One's greatest COVID tester. Can you push that button, Luke, please? Let's play the intro. Hand in the paddock. Hand in the paddock. It's hand in the paddock with Robert Kubica. Robert Kubica. Hey. 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 Hello. Hello, fellas.
Is that you breaking up there?
Yes, sorry. I've
Calling
been...
us on a CB radio?
Yes, I've been doing the testing. Yes, on the CB radio.
How's your hand going?
Yes, it's which one?
Your COVID testing hand.
My finger, my COVID testing. A tragic accident. Look, did you hear about my accident in the
No.
rally car?
Really?
Yes, I can't use my left hand.
You cunt. Is that what you
What?
called me?
No, sorry, what? What is cunt? What is this word? I don't... Let me check my translator.
No, you don't need to check it.
No.
If you really love someone, you call them a cunt.
Okay, I should tell my wife.
Tell your wife?
Yes, I say...
I didn't know you had a wife.
How do I say it in the sentence? What do I say?
You're a wonderful cunt.
Hello, lovely wife, Mrs. Kubica. I always call my wife Mrs. Kubica. Always.
Just so she knows.
Just so she knows she's married
Congratulations on getting married.
to a Formula One previous driver. I was going to say Formula One. Well,
Don't have a child. If your child has your size head, you'll
Yes.
tear your fair wife's.
Yes, I will call him cunt. Because it's such a lovely word in English.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yes, okay. Hello, darling. I am home, you cunt. I like it. I think she'll like this. Thank you very much, Luke.
You're welcome.
Any more lovely words for my wife, you please?
I'll let you know on the
You
next
let me know.
podcast.
You let me know. Okay. I thank you.
One at a time.
Much respect for
Wanna
you.
see how you
Much. I've been very busy. Very busy doing the COVID testing. And I'll have to tell you.
Do you test the whole paddock?
Yes, you have to test. If you got to do COVID
I've
testing,
noticed you touch your mouth quite a bit.
I have to. It's a force of habit. I put my finger this
That's your
COVID,
gammy hand.
yes, in so many anus that I'm always testing and licking. Because, like you know, with COVID, the best way to test is not with the schwabbies,
Down the throat?
not with the solutions.
Down the nose? No.
It's straight into the mouth.
Yeah.
I have a
Ass to mouth.
perfectly trained taste bud for the COVID. I'm like,
You're a super taster.
thank you. Thank you. I'm like the sniffer dog at the airport
Yeah.
who does the drugs. They have been trained. Me, I have been trained.
Can you just
In
test
COVID.
just on the edge of the anus?
Yes, you can. Oh, yes. It takes a very good
But it's
skill.
weird putting your tongue against someone else's anus, so you go for the finger.
Yes, I don't like to surprise people. I like to keep it cordial and professional.
That's nice.
I mean, yes, it would be more effective to open up the cheek. Just
And
slowly separate the cheek. And then I could get very close. Yes,
but
but not professional.
yes,
Not professional.
keep it professional.
Yes, I am a professional COVID tester. So what I like to do is say, hey, hello, what's that over there? Look.
So you distract them.
Yes, I distract.
They fall for it every time.
Well, they prefer to be distracted. They don't want to have a build-up. You know, the drop of the trouser, they're clenching, they're ready.
You know those massage tables where you get the head through?
Yes.
Maybe just cut the massage table in half so they can put their head through so they're bending over from it. And you have like a little TV there. And they could watch.
That's
and then
good.
straight in.
Look, what great idea. Oh, my gosh.
Comfortable COVID testing with Robert Kubica.
Do you think it would work if, you know, where they have the hole for the head, they just sit on the hole?
You could do that too.
Could I do this?
Yeah.
Do you think that would work?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you have...
I hope there's no residue that comes with it and you're underneath it.
Yes, that would be tricky. Yeah, I haven't thought that through. Maybe I should think that through sometime.
It's a workshop it.
Yes, okay. Look, this has been very helpful for me.
I'm all
I,
about educating you, Robert.
I am very busy.
Say hi to the cunt for me.
Yes, I love my cunt. She is a lovely wife. I'm getting a waving. Someone is... Oh, look. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Sebastian Vettel. He's always wanting to be tested.
Is it the longest test you have to do?
Yes, it is. Hide. Let me hide me, please. I want to hide somewhere.
Good luck, Robert.
He's always wanting a test. No. No. I run away, Sebastian. Robert Kubica on the FM1 podcast.
He's very afraid of Sebastian.
Who isn't afraid of Sebastian? In fact, we're going to chat to Sebastian
Yeah.
on FM1 podcast.
Awesome.
We're going to chat to him right here very, very shortly. Poor old Robert. Man.
Can we do a quarter sell? Or a quarter look back? Geez, that Robert Kubica bit was good. And that intro. Solid.
Let's do a lockdown.
Lockdown. Post sell.
Let's do a post sell
Mid.
and then a forward sell. What
Lock it down.
a great show this has been
so
Luke.
far.
So far we've had
Knocking it out of the park.
an intro and we've caught up with Robert Kubica.
Yep.
And coming up, you'll never guess,
I won't.
Dan Ricciardo, Toto Wolff, Sebastian Vettel, and the Portuguese Grand Prix. Let's talk about that right now, Luke.
All right.
Let's talk about the Portuguese Grand Prix. We were here last year, 2020. Before
were.
that, there was quite some break.
Yes, it was the first Grand Prix at this track because it was in a previous track in Portugal. And last year's race,
I'm going to say Lewis
you
from
gonna say
memory.
Lewis? It was Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Max Verstappen.
How's the circuit, Luke? Well, it's not a street circuit. It's a racing circuit.
It's a proper circuit. It's got proper undulations. It's got some corners that you'll rarely find on most Formula One tracks. Makes it exciting. Daniel says that it. We'll be talking to him later, but he said to me that it gets the guts moving when they go on the severe down parts.
Yep.
The guts come up a bit, like you're on a
Jeez.
roller coaster.
Awesome.
Hamilton got pole last year with a 1 minute 16.652, just ahead of Valtteri. The track is 15 corners. It's a 4.653 kilometre track, 66 laps of the Autodromo Internacional de Algarve.
Algarve. Yeah.
First Grand Prix last year. Race distance 306.826 kilometres. The lap record during the race was a 1 minute 18.750. It's a fun track. I'd love to drive it. A lot of sort of off camber, on camber, sweeping corners. It's
nice surface.
and last year was very slippery.
It's slippery. Okay.
Very slippery.
Easy to overtake.
Yeah, you can make overtaking maneuvers. And I had that when they did that restart.
Yep.
Bit of a schmozzle, big crash that
Yep.
happened at the back there.
Mm-hmm.
Heaps of people complaining, but I think it was all down to George Russell leaving so much of a gap and then coming up on a closing field, which caused Magnussen crashing, Sainz crashing,
Yeah.
Latifi crashing.
Yeah.
It was a big schmozzle.
We love a good schmozzle.
So
Bloody love it.
I'm looking forward to the race.
I'm excited. This season's been just tantalising so far. It's been fantastic. There's been drama everywhere you turn.
Yeah, good race in Bahrain.
Great race in Bahrain.
And
It's just going to get better and better.
yeah. A good race in Imola where you didn't think Imola was going to be too good? You think,
No.
it's going to be a bit of a snooze fest?
We thought it was going to be a snooze. One of the greatest races we've had for quite some time.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Best one that we've had in Imola for
It was a
ages.
humdinger.
Excuse me.
What I'd also like to point out is we'd done this the previous years and forgot to do it last week. I had it all written down, but I don't want to leave the poor punters missing out on one of the segments we do when we introduce a Grand Prix. It's what time the race is going to be on in your neck of the woods.
Yes.
So
Because we've got listeners everywhere, Luke.
we do. So if you're in Caracas,
Caracas. Yep.
the Portuguese Grand Prix will be at 10 a.m.
That's
Sunday
a good
morning.
time, isn't it?
Yes. London, if you're in London,
Yep.
the Portuguese Grand Prix will be out at 3 p.m. Sunday.
Okay.
Lucky for them. Auckland, not a great time. New Zealand, 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's right bang in the nasty zone.
It's a bit shit.
It's a bot shot, mate.
That's what they would say in New Zealand. On for where we are, Queensland, Australia, it'll be on at midnight.
It's doable.
Yeah,
It's doable, isn't it?
You got to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Fiji. If all of our listeners in Fiji, how you going? Bulla.
Oh,
Is that what they say?
bulla bulla.
Bulla.
Yep.
Um,
Lovely.
Portuguese Grand Prix, 2 a.m., same as New Zealand. Perth, your old stomping grounds.
Yep. Yep.
It'll be on at 10
That's good, isn't
10
it?
p.m. Good
That's
time.
good time.
Moscow. We do have listeners in Russia.
Have we?
We do.
Oh, that's great.
We've cracked the Iron Curtain.
Oh, well done.
They're on at 5 p.m. Helsinki,
That's good, isn't it?
for our Finnish listeners.
Yeah.
5 p.m. as well.
We got some Finnish listeners?
Stocky, we do.
Yeah, we do. Of course
Finnish.
we do.
And we got Swedish listeners.
Oh,
We need to learn some Swedish.
we need a couple of Swedish words.
If the people in Finland can just yell over the fence and tell Sweden what time their race is, if they
That'd
don't
be
know, it's
handy.
on at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And the last one is LA, so west coast of the United States of America, is 7 a.m. And New York, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. New York time. What is that in Miami? Are they on the same time?
They're the same side as New York, yeah.
The same time zone?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because, great segue.
Oh, it was, when you said Miami, I know where you're going with this. It's not your first fucking rodeo, is it?
No. Miami. It's official, Luke.
South
Going
Beach,
to
bringing the heat.
Miami. We're going.
Is
F1
that
is
considered
going
cultural
to
appropriation?
Miami.
We're just quoting a bit of Will Smith.
I think so.
Well, you are got the right face colour
Thank
for
you.
it. So.
Thank you. So it's official that Formula One is going to Miami.
It sure is.
And correct me if I'm wrong, there's been a fair bit of pushback around Miami in the business district. It was going to be a purely street race, and now it's going to be a street race combined with being inside of NFL stadium.
Yeah, they're going around the NFL stadium.
How
down
does
there.
that work?
Well,
You mean like
they've-
inside the NFL stadium?
No, around it.
Okay.
So Mexico goes in
Why
the middle.
couldn't you go inside as well? Couldn't you do a little hairpin?
You probably could.
Imagine the stadium, like you'd fill it. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah. They do that in Mexico. They go through the I think it's a baseball field. They go through the middle of it.
Yes.
But yeah, this will go around, so it's a nice little complex. It looks like it's got some fun corners. It's got 16, 17, oh Jesus, 19 corners.
Holy moly.
It'll probably have maybe 2 DRS zones. The start-finish straight's quite small.
There it is there.
some good long straights, some
Yeah,
fast-flowing corners, and then some slow stuff before and after, which will be beneficial for overtaking.
Oh, there's the NFL stadium
It
right.
just goes around it's the Miami Dolphins Stadium, Hard Rock Stadium.
It's smack back in the middle. It's like that's the Dolphin Stadium. It's right in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
How about that? So they're going to have 2 races in the US. They're going to have Austin, Texas, and Miami.
Yep.
Hey, that's impressive. Why not?
Yeah, they've got the population. They've obviously got the draw card, and people have obviously forgotten about what happened in Indianapolis back in 2005, I think it was, or 2006, where they had a 6-car Grand Prix.
Yep.
Schmozzle.
Absolute schmozzle.
Thanks to Michelin for bringing some shit tyres that didn't last. The rest of the field pulled out.
You've got to like what Liberty Media is doing. Like they're bringing that American flair. They're bringing some great initiatives with, we'll talk about it in a minute, but some qualifying races. We've got new tracks coming up. It just seems, and like the racing's better than ever. It's exciting times.
They are filling the calendar quite a bit. I'm wondering if there's going to be some things that get dropped to the side, or if they're just going to add it and turn out to be like a NASCAR season where they're racing 38 races a year or something.
They're not going to drop some classic tracks, are they? Some classic Formula 1 tracks?
Of course they will. They're going to drop 1 or 2. I wouldn't mind if they got rid of Spain.
Get rid of Spain.
It's a shithole.
Yeah, rubbish. I mean, they do all the testing there. That's enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting
I
news.
mean, they could make adjustments to the Spanish Grand Prix. Slow down the last corner, make the first corner a little bit sharper of a chicane. The right-left they have at turn 1, 2. If they just made their little adjustments just to make it a heavier braking zone where you can actually make an overtaking opportunity. There's space there. I think there is options. They could do that. Maybe slow down turn 9, going onto the back straight as well could increase overtaking. You can't follow too close out of turn 9. Turn 9's very fast. It's a great corner to watch a car go up and over that crest into turn at the exit of turn 9. But
so how do you think the Americans are going to enjoy another Formula 1 race?
It's Miami. They'll have a blast.
It looks like a good destination.
Yeah.
Give me a lot of...
Great place to go to. They'll have a good time. I think they'll get a great turnout there. And Miami's a little bit looser on.
Bit loose, bit relaxed, bit nude.
Bit of a party time.
Fair bit of nudity on the beach. A lot of bodybuilders lifting. They've got those outside gyms on the beach. Lots of Botox.
They had an IndyCar race down in St. Petersburg, which is down in Florida, I think. So
yep.
Same state.
And how does this...
they turn up.
How does this affect FE1 Podcast bid to get the Nerang GP, the Monaco of the Gold Coast, Luke, as we've been selling it? For the last couple of years, we've been trying to get Nerang into the Formula 1 calendar. It's not the most romantic, not the most beautiful. It's not Miami.
There's romance.
There's romance in Nerang.
There's romance between a trucker and a prostitute.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
That's romance for 5 solid minutes.
There's a lot of...
The romance between a man and his needles.
And his needles. Yeah. And his ice
and a
stick.
strange child.
Yes. There's a lot of that.
Yeah. An obese family's love for KFC.
Oh.
That's there. That's in Nerang.
That's in Nerang.
Our love for the nude section.
Oh, love it. So, do you think that we're going to get kicked to the curb? Do you think
Not at all.
Do you think by having Miami on the calendar?
No, I am blindly optimistic.
Well, that's
the
good.
Nerang Grand Prix.
That's good.
Daniel Ricciardo came out this week.
Did he?
Yes.
And
he said that the Australian Grand Prix should have a double header. Miami's got a Grand Prix, double USA header.
Yep.
What about Nerang?
It sets a precedence.
He's clearly listening to this podcast and he's on board. As much as we don't get a chance to talk to him, it's my fault. But he wants a second race in Australia, which, sorry, Bathurst, no.
No,
Adelaide.
No. You've had your chance. You've had your chance, Adelaide.
Nerang. The Monaco of the Gold Coast.
If the US can have 2 Formula 1 races, Australia can have 2 Formula 1 races. This is and if Dan Ricciardo's on board, I mean, Dan has got a lot of sway, a lot of influence in the Formula 1 world.
Yeah. He's an influencer. We just need to get Lewis on board.
Oh, could you imagine? How can we tempt him over? How can we tempt him? What we need to do is an all-expenses-paid trip for Lewis Hamilton to Nerang. Show him the sights. We'll get it on that tandem. We've got the tandem bicycle downstairs. We'll pop him on there.
Yep.
And
We'll get him. We'll do a rickshaw.
a rickshaw.
Yeah. You and me will be up front,
Yep.
running him round.
Yep.
Be hard on the legs.
Oh, it's a double. So it's a rickshaw with it's a tandem rickshaw. So you and I at the front on the bike, and then there's a double passenger
and we've
seat.
got like one of those bull horns.
Yeah.
And we're talking to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, this is what's going on, and we just talk him through the track.
Yeah.
And we'll have kids at the side of the road.
That's nice. All in
Just to
blackface.
sort
Just to make him feel
I
welcome.
was leading to it. I was leaving it open, and I'm like, I hope he makes. I'm like, if he doesn't, no. I left it there. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait, and hopefully the door's open.
Never leave the door ajar, Luke.
I'm like, if I say there's kids, and I'm like,
What's the
he
effect?
will react if he's blackface. I'm like, if Adam goes for it, I'm just gonna leave it open for him, and if he doesn't take the bait, I'll jump on it. But you took the bait. Thank you very much, sir.
We've almost reached our quota of number of blackface comments we can make in a podcast, Luke. Legally, we can make 5.
Oh shit!
I think we're on 4. We've got one more. Use it wisely.
All right, I'll use it wisely.
Let's get him on the tandem bike.
Yeah.
Let's take him around.
Yeah.
You and I will cycle. We'll
Well,
show him
we
the
can
sights.
even say that he can, DJ the event afterwards.
Brilliant.
Because he loves his music.
He loves his music.
We'll just
course he does.
inflate his ego. Come on, Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis.
Get involved. Talk to people.
You do-
You want to help the poor.
Yes.
Help Nerang.
Nerang is completely poor.
It's a shithole.
There's no welfare at all.
No.
Okay. And Lewis, if you look out to your left-hand side, you'll see KFC. If you look over to your right-hand side, there's a drug mule selling crack on the corner.
It's one of our finest drug mules.
Yes.
That's Sandy. She used to be a school teacher until the local school closed due to government funding decreasing.
Sandy smells smack, crack, all other kinds of drug paraphernalia.
Whatever.
One of the finest salespeople we have.
Yeah.
She really pushes that gear.
She's our best 3-time carryover champion of selling drugs.
Oh,
And
look.
She used to dabble in other illicit substances and activities, where she was voted 3 times in a year the Golden Throat Award.
And now we're passing the Nerang River. Yep, that is a dead body floating in the water. Floating in the water.
It's also in a shopping trolley.
Lewis is going to love this trip.
wouldn't?
He's going to love this
Get the
tour.
whole grid down there.
It's a
You
personalised...
know that bus, they take them around, they're on
Yep.
the flatbed at the back and everyone waves to all the fans. We get them
Yep.
on that flatbed, we
Yep.
drive them around Nerang,
Yep.
we introduce them
And
to
then
the Nerang Grand Prix
when
circuit.
Lewis has done a full circuit and his eyes have been opened, see his little eyes open up, and you can just see the fear on his face. Then we kick him out and put Bratches in the back and send Bratches around, do the same thing.
All right, Bratches. So if you look over to your left-hand side,
This is Lucy. I think you know her.
she visited your apartment last night. Yes,
She said, "Where's my money, Bratches?
in the daylight, she doesn't look anywhere near as oppressive as she did last night.
Those disgusting things I did with your eyebrows."
Oh, look, this is bound.
Silly, silly.
It's bound to help
Silly.
when we take 2 of the big people of Formula One around the
You know what
ring.
we should do to Bratches?
Shave his eyebrows off,
Blackface.
blackface him.
That's 5.
That's 5. That's we've capped out now. We've capped.
And then we basically blackmail him.
That's close. That's almost 6.
No, we blackmail him. No,
You've almost
to
said.
hold those images
Yeah.
against him.
Oh yes.
So that he feels that the Nerang has to happen.
Oh, I
or
like
else,
that.
Yeah, blackmail.
Drug him. We'll drug him, and we'll put him in some compromising
I don't
positions.
think we'll need to drug him.
He's
all on board.
He's on board. Oh, that's exciting news, Luke. Very exciting news. Wow.
We
Any
didn't
more-
just make that up. This is news.
That's new. That's just come. That's been presented on the news. We got that from TV.
If anyone knows Lewis Hamilton and get him involved.
Get him involved.
Just
Get him involved.
Send him a DM.
Any other updates while we're on the subject of Nerang GP? Any other updates that you've got for us? Of course, we've got the. This podcast is sponsored. Well, we don't have any sponsors, but it's a charity. We like to promote a charity on this podcast. If we had a sponsor, we would ditch the charity. But as it is, this is the. What's the charity called again?
Hand Jobs for the Homeless.
Hand Jobs for the Homeless.
Yeah.
Charity podcast.
And some of our amputees have stepped in and said that they'd do it as well. Nub Jobs for the Homeless. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Just rub them with a nub.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's a rub nub.
Rub
nub
nub.
rub? Nub rub.
A nub rub.
Yeah, nub rub.
That's nice. I could get used to that. Like a
could.
foot rub.
Like a foot rub.
Yep.
Yep. But for your knob.
I like it. Now, moving on to the new sprint qualifying news.
Exciting times.
Moving from Miami.
I love a
to-
change. I love a spice up.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any chance that they're listening to our podcast from a few years ago, going through the back catalogue and finding all of our giant and amazing
Suggestions?
ideas.
This does sound very much like a suggestion we made a few years back.
It has. We have sprint races.
So, talk us through the situation, Luke. 3 races this year. There's going to be a sprint race
Yep.
before the Grand Prix. So, effectively, it's almost 2 races in a weekend.
Yep. That's correct.
So,
It's a 100-kilometre race, so it's a third distance.
Right.
It'll be at 3 Grand Prix this year, which they haven't announced. I'm guessing one might be at Silverstone. And so they'll do a Friday practice, Friday qualifying, a Saturday practice, Saturday sprint race, and Sunday normal race. That'll be the weekend.
So, you're losing a practice session because you're
Losing a
going
practice
one
session.
practice session.
Yes.
Then you're going into the.
Straight into qualifying. So you've got an hour of practice to dial the car in to
Gee, it's
hopefully.
not long, is it?
It's not. But the strange thing is cars go into Parc Ferme from Friday
Which
qualifying.
means.
So that you can't touch or alter or make changes on the cars.
So once it's in Parc Ferme, after that first practice, it's all cars are in Parc Ferme.
Yeah.
You can't change them or adjust them.
So traditionally, Saturday qualifying is the moment of they go into Parc Ferme and you can't make any adjustments on the car. But I think they've made a caveat to it where it can be you can change suspension if data provides that it's going to be safer.
Okay.
Like if you've chosen the wrong suspension
But
setting.
only
But
suspension.
you've got 1 hour.
That's not much.
I think it's suspension and brakes.
Okay.
But yeah, 1 hour isn't a lot of time to get a car dialed in before you go qualifying.
So then qualifying's on the Friday. Normally it's on a Saturday.
Yeah, my concern is Saturday morning practice won't have that much running because they can't really do much with the car.
You can't touch the car. You can't
You
adjust
make
the car.
Yeah, so
And plus, you've already qualified because Friday's got qualification.
yeah,
So that practice on Saturday is just for
maybe to
something.
It could be to do some high fuel, harder tire runs to see what the pace is to then make your strategy
Right.
for it, because your strategy on the Saturday afternoon is a sprint race. There's no pit stops. They won't do pit stops. It's just
Yeah.
you go. Where on Sunday, that's when you'll have your strategy play out. So I think Saturday morning practice will be a little bit dull. Remember, they used to have a 45-minute warm-up Sunday morning before a race. I think it'll be kind of like that. There won't be too much. But if you bin the car, you won't have a lot of opportunities to get it fixed and get it ready for the race.
No.
So there's a big risk going from a practice to a race when there's no real reason to go out there.
Kind of seems a bit pointless, but you've qualified on the Friday, practice, then you have the sprint race in the same order you qualified in
That's
on the
correct.
Friday.
Yeah.
So that's the sprint race on the Saturday instead of what would normally be the qualification.
Yeah.
That's your sprint race.
Yeah.
Inside that sprint race, which is, as you said, a third race distance, it's 100 kilometres. How you finish that race, well, there are 3 points for first place, 2 for second, 1 for third in that sprint race.
Yep.
How you finish that race
is
where you start for the real race the next day.
On Sunday.
It's confusing, Luke.
Oh, no, it's pretty fucking straightforward.
It does seem exciting because now
you qualify,
you've
then
got
you race
3
100Ks.
3 days of cool stuff, really.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was nothing Thursday,
Friday's a bit dull.
nothing Friday. You were just waiting for Saturday qualification.
Yeah.
Quali and the race.
It spices the weekend up, and it could be a permanent thing.
Now it's got 3 elements.
Yeah.
You've got qualification on
There's
Friday.
something going on Friday. There's
Sprint
something
race, and they're all related. So, there's a flow-on effect. So if you suck and you didn't qualify very well on the Friday, you've got a hell of a job. You've got and a second and 2 chunks, 2 bites of the apple.
You could make, a really good, some guys are really good starters. Lance Stroll's a pretty good starter. There's some guys who are pretty good at this. And if they jump a couple spots and then come race day on Sunday, they jump a couple spots because they don't have that. So with qualifying, I just want to stipulate, it's same Q1, Q2 through Q3.
Yep.
Same knockout phase, but if the top 10 don't have to start the sprint race in the tyres they qualify in Q2. They can start whatever tyre they want on the Saturday sprint race and the Sunday race.
That's interesting because normally the top 10 don't have a choice.
No, whatever they qualified with in Q2, their fastest Q2 qualifying run, that's the tyre they will start the race on, not for the sprint race.
Okay. Are you concerned that the sprint race may, because there's so few points on the line, that it might just be a procession?
Not
that
at all.
People won't be aggressive and take places because they're concerned that they can't smash their car up because they don't want to start at the back of the grid come race day.
But they could smash their car up during a qualifying or a practice, especially if you're Yuki Tsunoda or you're Nikita Mazepin. You get that opportunity you'll go racing the next day. And if you can make a couple spots up that you think you didn't get quite a good qualifying lap, and then you jump a couple guys at the start of the sprint race and then you hold that position, that's going to be awesome for your race come Sunday. I think just any chance that these guys get a chance to race, they're up for it.
Yeah.
I don't think they can go, I'm not going to go for that gap because their teams will fucking clip them behind the ears. So if there's a gap, you go for it.
Yep.
I did that at the shopping centre earlier today. Got under a couple of older people walking with their wheelie walkers.
Did you?
Side straight through them and around the corner.
Yes.
Eat my dust, old people.
Nothing annoys me more than old people in a shopping centre, Luke.
There's pension day.
And old people at a checkout. I go out of my way to avoid the same checkout line that an old person's standing in.
They want to have a chat.
And they just bring out the coins. The fucking coins.
Then they have a story on each
kidding.
coin.
And even if, don't be fooled by the fact that, they're almost done. They're handing over the coins. Don't bring your trolley over then. Go to the other one where there's a full lineup of trolleys.
Yeah.
You'll get there faster.
Death's just about to tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And they're dishing out their coins.
I often just sort of pop my head over and I go, can I help? This is a 50 cent. Here we go. Let's get the coins out, shall we? There we go. I'll help them out. Yeah.
I like to just spin them around.
Confuse them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of times and they'll start to walk away from the register and then I just get on under. A thing I've done while I'm driving, you drive on the roads and you'll have, I'm sorry, this is completely unrelated to Formula 1. You see the number of the business written on the back, so I'll call them hands-free.
Oh, you call
I
me?
get
okay.
Siri.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Siri, call. I give them the number.
Yeah.
Call them up and I'll go, hey, mate, there's stuff flying out the back of your truck. You might want to pull over and get that sorted. Oh, shit. And then they pull over. Boom, I'm up ahead. See another business, call them. Oh, yeah. Mate, you got stuff falling out the back of your car. Really? Yep. And then they pull over. Boom, I'm one ahead.
Brilliant.
Genius.
You get there 30 seconds earlier.
30 seconds for 2 phone calls.
And easy.
Yeah.
And all you've done is inconvenience some
1, 2,
douchebags.
half a dozen people.
Yep. Nah, that makes sense. That's clever.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I do. I'm annoying.
Genius. Absolute genius,
Jesus,
Luke.
That rush hour traffic, I am scything through it.
Aren't you? Like hot butter. A knife through hot butter. This is a great time for a forward sell.
Forward sell?
Yeah. What we call in the industry, a forward sell. Well, let's do a little back sell.
Ooh.
What a podcast, Luke. So far, wow, some highlights.
Some
Highlights for you?
lowlights.
Mostly.
A
Mostly.
lot of shit talk.
There was a fair bit. The Narang bit was funny, but also strange.
We can't mention some things because we reached our quota.
You know what we should do? Here's an idea. We should plan our podcasts.
Why?
We should...
Now?
Bit late, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bit late in the... Nah.
Right, put your hands up.
We should at least
if you
talk
want.
about what we're going to do before the podcast starts.
No.
Nah, it's not going to work. We haven't got the much...
You've got a tight schedule. You've got a family to go back to.
I've got to get out of here.
Yeah. But now...
Coming up, you're going to believe... You're not going to... Dan Ricciardo is on this podcast.
Finally.
We've had Robert Kubica.
I'm wearing his jumper.
You are in... Birthday present?
Yep. It's just above the tart. So I don't want it to get it in the tart.
Yes.
It was a little bit cold
Yeah.
because the custard now is...
Cooling.
And it's making...
It's gluggy.
So, chuck the jumper on.
Perfect.
Yeah, all good always.
Perfect. Should we chat to Toto?
Yes,
Let's do it. Let's have a chat to Toto. Toto, you've been working out at the gym. Thank you for joining us on FE1 Podcast.
I think it's important to get you can be physically fit, but
Yes.
that also goes hand in hand with mental fitness.
You are a very mentally... I mean, you're a big man. You're tall. You work out a lot. You're
I
always,
bend spoons with my mind. That's
Yeah.
how strong my mental game is.
You are mentally far and beyond any other in the paddock. You're tactically...
I'm not whiny.
Not whiny.
I'm strong. I'm firm.
Yep.
And I am Toto Wolf.
You are definitely Toto Wolf. Have you been hitting the dumbbells today, Toto? Is that your part of your routine?
I do my dumbbells 3 times a day.
Yep.
I use my special COVID mask from my trainer, which I use his testicles. You find this funny? I think COVID is very important to take the necessary precautions
Sorry.
while you're working out. And
I shouldn't laugh at COVID.
He rests his ball sack just above my nose and mouth, so when I'm working and I push for that extra rep, when I spit, it just goes onto his balls. It doesn't litter the environment that I'm working out in.
He has a big set of kahunas.
On warm days, he has very big balls.
Yep. Did you choose him as your spotter for that reason alone?
Yes, I did interviews based on ball size. He was by far the largest. He had a beautiful scrotum. He keeps it well maintained. And yeah, he's a fantastic trainer.
Yeah.
And a beautiful set of balls.
Yep. Did you pick him from a lineup?
Yes.
What was the audition
I
process?
didn't see any of their faces.
Yeah.
I said, fellas, I've seen your resumes. I don't need to see what you look like, but I do need to see the size of your balls. And now I've seen them. This guy over here, they are sizable.
Yeah.
They look very well maintained.
Yeah.
And I actually went around because it's important when you work so close with another person. You have to make sure hygiene is important.
Yes.
So I went under and I did some sniffing of the undercarriage.
Yes.
And I smelled.
Yep.
And his was very fresh.
Yep.
I think it was Nivea Men that he uses. I recognize that smell. And I was very happy with
nice.
the choice of balls and the size,
Yeah.
texture, and the cleanliness. It's important for me.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's... And how does it exactly stop COVID from penetrating the body? So just let me get this right. The ball bag sits over your eyes and your nose? Is that
No,
does
it just
come down to your nose?
just rests just above my nose.
Just above the nose.
So like a mask would.
So he's like sitting on your face when you're doing your doing your
It's
dumbbells.
more of a resting, more of a teabagging.
Yes.
It's important that he doesn't get too high because then I can't see.
Yeah.
But if he goes too close, then I can't breathe. And that's a problem I had with the mask, traditional mask.
Yes.
That I would just... I couldn't breathe probably. I
Well-
felt I was just recycling air.
Yeah.
And I couldn't work as hard. But with the ball sack just there,
Yeah.
it's nice and fresh smelling. And there's enough of a gap that I can breathe.
And it's a
fully.
natural material, like skin breathes, so you can effectively breathe through the skin of someone else's
It
ball
doesn't
bag.
get that close.
Oh, okay.
Let's not get silly here.
Oh, gotcha. All right. I'm sorry. I thought it was resting on your...
Be serious. This is a serious podcast. I'm a serious man.
I'm so sorry, Toto Wolf.
I'm not here to fuck about.
Thank you very much for...
I'm going back to my workout. You guys annoy me.
So sorry. Thank you very much
Fuck
for...
you, Adam.
Do you agree to do this podcast just because you have to fill a quota and no one listens to this FE1 podcast, so that's why you choose
I
us?
do it because I love the fans. I
Yeah.
want to reach the fans. You have a very unique kind of fan base
Yes.
that are a bit weird and odd.
Mm.
And I would like them all to, get a good personal trainer with a nice sack. I hope they all are well and they take COVID safe.
That'll mean a lot to our 3 listeners. Thank you very much, Toto Wolf. Have a lovely day. Enjoy. And good luck in the Portuguese Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yes, there's that as well.
Goodbye, Adam.
Toto Wolf. How about that? Wow. Serious.
Pretty
Pretty
impressive.
big names on this podcast, Luke.
He gets, he's quite far.
Wow.
He's quite serious about
He's serious
being
about
COVID safe.
COVID safe. Who would have thought?
And I thought he was just a little bit homoerotic, but there's some science
There's
behind
science
that.
behind the old someone else's balls on your face.
The scrote mask.
Yeah, the scrote mask. Yeah. There's a lot of science behind it. Well, these Germans don't muck about, Luke. They are, if nothing else, organised and scientifically proven.
If it's got anything to do with Mercedes AMG, you know it's going to be good.
It's going to be. And you know that everyone else in the paddock will be copying the scrote mask next year.
Yep.
They'll be taking the
The
design.
personal trainers will have to step up with their downstairs hygiene.
Yep, they'll be looking at the aerodynamics of the scrote.
Oh, aerodynamics.
And
Have them in wind tunnels, warm wind tunnels, cold wind tunnels. They've got their own wind tunnel just behind it.
Geez, I hope I never have to go in a cold wind tunnel.
Ooh. Very aerodynamic, though.
Yes, very. Yeah. No resistance whatsoever. None. We need to speak to Dan Ricciardo. We've got Dan
He's coming up.
The personality Ricciardo is on this podcast in just minutes. Before we do that, we do have to speak to Sebastian Vettel, Luke.
Oh, yes.
Well, you're just getting through world champions, Robert Kubica, Toto Wolff.
Team boss.
That's
world
unbelievable. And now we've got Sebastian Vettel on this podcast.
Awesome.
The benefits of having no advertisers and no listeners,
Yep.
Luke.
We can get the big boys.
We get the quota.
Right.
They've got to meet their quota. Here we go, Sebastian Vettel. Hey! Hey, guys! It's me! Four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. Hey, what's going on?
How are you, Sebastian?
Great, look. How you going?
Did you get my dick pic I sent you?
I did get a dick pic.
I thought it's been a while.
Wait a second. I've never seen, this is a new one. So, wait, this is not you, sure. This looks like Toto Wolff.
No, this is me.
Have you
This
taken a
is
schnapp of un Toto Wolff?
all me.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. You've got a great little, hairless little section. The whole, there's no hair on you at all. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Pete waxed me.
Did he really? And Petey, your producer Pete?
Yeah.
Wow, that guy knows how to use a Wachstrip, doesn't he? And Wachstrip, he is an expert at the Google sack.
How is your Google sack?
Oh, so smooth.
How is Aston
Do you want to have a
Martin?
look?
No.
No? Okay, no, that's fine.
I'm happy to send, but not to receive.
Okay. If you're Toto Wolff, you wouldn't be able to get enough of it.
Well, thankfully, I'm not Toto Wolff.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I just want to talk about the racing, not my personal life, okay? I don't want to talk about Heidi and the kids.
What's the kids' names again?
We got Toto, we got
Little Toto.
we got little Toto, we got Kimi, and we got Mustafa. Mustafa. He's such a cutie. Oh my God, this guy! I love my. I don't want to talk about my kids. I don't want to talk about his personal life. I just want to talk about the racing. Very und uber pumped about the Grand Prix this weekend.
What are your expectations?
I have to tell you, look, it's gonna be amazing. I'm expecting.
Are you going to be ahead of Stroll this weekend?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So if I'm going to tip, should I be tipping you ahead of...
Oh, no, sorry. Will I be giving Stroll head or will I be ahead of...
Be ahead in the
Oh,
race?
No, he's going to beat me in the race.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
Are you going to retire soon?
No, why? Why would you ask this?
I'm just curious.
It's taken me a while to get
You
used
seem
to
distracted from
No.
Formula One.
It's taken me a while to get used to the car. It's not just me, you know. All the new guys in the new cars.
Like
look
Ricciardo,
at
Sainz.
Alonso. Look at little Daniel Ricciardo. Look at Sainz. They're all having troubles against their teammate.
What's Bottas's problem then?
Who's what?
Bottas.
What about him?
What's his problem then? He's always seems to be behind his teammate.
Oh, he's Finnish. That's shit.
He's finished?
Yeah, he's unfinished. The Finnish are unfinished. Oh my God. Is that the most overrated drivers are the Finnish ones. Oh my God, they're rubbish. They're so rubbish. Don't tell. This is not recording, is it?
No. No one listens.
Oh, good. No.
It's okay.
Because I love Kimi. What a wingman. He's so great. Such a great guy. And the Finnish people, just lovely.
Exciting.
So exciting. Just having a wonderful time. Can't wait. Very excited about the car. Expecting some big things this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, very big things. Yeah. Big, black, juicy things. But the race will be okay. But, you know, there's a lot of other big things happening.
Hey, I'll just let you know.
Yeah.
Just for us.
Sure.
Just for this podcast.
Okay. What is this podcast called again?
It's
I don't fucking care, Luke. I don't fucking care. It's just a quota. I'm feeling the quota. Sorry, keep going.
Just leave Robert alone.
Robert who?
Robert Kubica.
Why?
He seemed quite traumatized when I spoke to him earlier.
Oh, is he complaining?
Just about the quantity of COVID testing you're requesting.
Look, people are dying. Oh my God, look, how dare you? People are dying around the world and you're telling me not to get tested for the COVID?
No, just get tested like
Every time I
once.
have a parched voice, I go, I think I might have the COVID. I need a drink of water. No, I won't have the drink of water. I'll just double check.
Let me just have a drink of water.
I
first,
might
though.
just call Robert Kubica. Robert, come here. Come and put your finger in my asshole. I want to check to see if I've got the COVID, okay?
Maybe just have a drink of water. See if it persists.
Maybe
Just for us.
Okay, sure. Do you think I'm wasting his time?
No, he just seemed a bit traumatized.
Okay. Was he running away?
He was crying.
He was crying. Oh, Jesus.
Like sobbing crying.
Okay. All right. I'll try.
Thank you.
I'll try my
That's all we can
best.
ask.
I'm just going to really miss that finger in my anus. Oh, God.
You'll still get it, just not as
Regularly?
frequently.
Okay. Okay, guys. I guess that's never nice to end an interview on the downer, but
Don't worry, there's heaps of things in the garage you can put up your ass.
okay. Thanks, guys. Great tips. Bye. Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion.
It seemed a bit... I felt bad making that request, but seeing Robert earlier...
It's only fair, though. I mean, he is technically an employee of the podcast. Not that we pay him,
No.
but he's very proud to be part of this podcast. He likes to do his best, and we don't want to waste Robert Kubica's time.
No. He's our hand in the paddock.
Yeah. Anyway. It was nice to catch up with Sebastian.
Great to catch up
Jeez,
with
we get some big names on this podcast.
Yeah.
Luke, we are punching way above our weight.
Now, before we wrap up,
Yes.
which is what we're about to do,
Yes, we are.
get on top of Twitter, pin tweet. There's 3. This is where our tipping competition comes in. Tip away. Don't forget, I'm going to resend you the link. Stop being a pussy and not putting in your tips.
Yep.
I think the reason you don't put in your tips is because you think you'll get even worse. So you just pick up the worst scores each week.
How am I doing? Am I...
Oh, you dead last.
Okay. That's all right. Could be
Well,
worse.
I don't think you could.
No, I don't think
Last
it's possible, is it?
Last is last.
Last is last.
But yeah, get on to those pin tweet on Twitter, F1 Podcast. Check us out there. And I want to say hi to Mum.
Oh, Mrs. Luke. How
Luke.
is Mrs. Luke?
She's doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely spread.
She's getting stronger.
She's putting on a beautiful... I mean, she didn't realise we were going to be dressed as a Portuguese tart. So she actually went and made a whole bunch of
more
Portuguese tarts.
So we're going to take these tarts down to hand jobs for the homeless, just so they can have a bit of a sugar hit after you rub one off. You feel a little bit tired.
You do, yeah.
So just whack a bit of tart in there, give you a sugar hit.
Great idea. So you're homeless. You
Not
wanna,
the burnt ones, but the other ones.
Yep, you want to have your bags emptied. You walk into F1 Podcast's hand job for the
Headquarters.
homeless. Hand jobs for the homeless.
Hand job headquarters.
Headquarters. And in there, you'd find either producer Pete, myself, or Luke rubbing out the homeless. And take yourself a complimentary Portuguese tart on the way out.
Yep. And we'll be, every time we preview an event, we'll be having that featured food at the Hand Jobs for the Homeless headquarters.
Directly after the clean-up, get yourself a little...
Yep, wash your hands.
Yep.
And,
some food and a hand job.
Yeah. See, we're just a bunch of givers here in the podcast.
We have the most comfortable, the happiest homeless people in the world.
Got a spring in their step.
Haven't they?
Yep.
If you're going to be homeless...
And all of that discharge goes straight into the Narang River.
Perfect. Perfect. That's how most people are conceived. When you pop in there for a swim, you come out pregnant. That's the beauty of the Narang River. Some say it's a biblical river of biblical proportions. It's like a holy river.
To a lot of virgins.
Yeah. You don't get baptised in there because it's not pleasant. But if you want to be pregnant...
A lot of positive pregnancy tests come from Narang.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many layers of clothes you wear. That's that
fuckers
thick.
Get through.
Those little fuckers. They get through every time. The Narang River. Beautiful one day, pregnant the next. It's been fun, Luke. Check us out on the Twitters, on the handles.
Yep, Instagram,
Facey. Get your tips in.
Yep.
And get ready for Portimao.
Enjoy
Meow.
the Portuguese Grand Prix.
Meow. Portimao. See ya.
Fucking idiot. Oh, Daniel.
Oh, Daniel.